Let's get right into it. Number 10. Your brain starts hallucinating. Ever stared at a coat rack in the dark and thought, that's definitely a person. Probably a murderer. Cool. Sleep deprivation basically turns your brain into an over-caffeinated film director who's bored and wants to spice things up. When you don't sleep, your visual cortex starts glitching like a bad VR headset. You'll see flashes, shadows, and things that aren't there, because your brain is running on fumes and making stuff up like a kid trying to BS a book report. The science? Your brain normally needs downtime to filter reality from imagination. Sleep is when it cleans up the mess, like clearing out 37 tabs on your browser. But when you skip that maintenance, the wires cross. Dopamine levels spike, neurons misfire, and suddenly you're seeing shadow people out of the corner of your eye. Fun fact: go 3 days without sleep, and the hallucinations can get so vivid you might start having conversations with imaginary guests in your living room. Great. Now you're hosting a paranormal dinner party. Bottom line: lack of sleep turns your brain into a bad Netflix horror show. Good luck explaining that to your boss when you scream at the office plant because it blinked. Number 9. Your immune system bails on you. Your body is basically a tiny security agency. The immune system is the bouncer at the club, keeping out bacteria and viruses like they're wearing fake IDs. But skip sleep, and that bouncer takes a smoke break for like 48 hours. Studies show that even one night of poor sleep drops your natural killer cells, the ones that fight off infections, by up to 70%. That's not a typo. 70%. You might as well hang a neon sign that says, "Free real estate for germs." Why does this happen? When you sleep, your body pumps out cytokines, little protein messengers that rally the troops to fight illness. No sleep means no rally. So next time you think, I'll just pull an all-nighter, what's the worst that can happen? The worst is, you wake up sick, coughing up regrets and Googling, can you survive on orange juice alone? In short, no sleep equals VIP entrance for germs. Congratulations, you're the hottest new nightclub in town, and the flu just made a reservation. Number 8. Your emotions go full telenovela. Ever cried because your sandwich fell apart? Skip 2 nights of sleep and watch what happens. Sleep deprivation takes your emotional stability, crumples it up like a grocery receipt, and tosses it in the trash. Because your amygdala, the part of your brain responsible for emotional responses, becomes a drama queen on steroids when it's tired. Meanwhile, your prefrontal cortex, the rational adult in the room, is like, sorry, I'm out of office. So now, every mildly annoying thing feels like a personal attack. Someone cuts you off in traffic? They're clearly trying to ruin your life. Someone ate your leftovers? Might as well be a declaration of war. Basically, without sleep, you're starring in your own soap opera called As the Neurons Burn. The scary part? This emotional chaos also raises stress hormones like cortisol, which mess with your blood pressure and immune system. So not only are you crying over sandwiches, but your body's like, cool, now let's add heart problems to the mix. Sleep, people. Or start practicing your Oscar acceptance speech for most overdramatic human alive. Number 7. Your memory files get corrupted. Picture your brain as a giant, slightly judgmental librarian. Every day, it takes new experiences and files them away neatly so you can recall them later. Sleep is when this librarian actually organizes the shelves. But skip that? Suddenly the librarian rage quits, and your mental filing system turns into a dumpster fire. Without proper sleep, your hippocampus, the brain's memory hub, can't transfer short-term memories to long-term storage. So that important work presentation? Gone. The person's name you just met? Poof. You're basically living life on temporary mode, like those shady free trial apps. And don't even get me started on learning new stuff. Pulling an all-nighter to study is like trying to fill a leaking bucket. All effort, zero retention. Science translation. Sleep is when your brain runs consolidation programs for memory and learning. No sleep equals no backup. So yeah, if you've ever walked into a room and immediately forgot why you were there, imagine doing that for every single room all day. Welcome to your new reality. Number 6. Your reflexes tank hard. Ever tried catching a falling glass after skipping a night's sleep? Spoiler, you didn't. You just watched it shatter in slow motion like a tragic movie scene. That's because sleep deprivation wrecks your reaction time. In fact, after about 20 hours without sleep, your reflexes are as bad as someone who's legally drunk. Yes, you're basically a tipsy sloth, except without the party. This is why driving drowsy is so insanely dangerous. Your brain starts taking micronaps without your permission. That's right, little bursts of unconsciousness while you're still technically awake. Fun times when you're behind the wheel at 60 miles per hour, right? Studies show that going 24 hours without sleep impairs you the same as a 0.1% blood alcohol level. So if you wouldn't drive hammered, maybe don't do it half dead from exhaustion either. Bottom line, no sleep turns your body into a laggy video game. By the time you react, the boss fight is already over and you've lost. Number 5. Your hormones throw a party without you. You know what your body loves? Balance. You know what lack of sleep does? Sets that balance on fire. When you deprive yourself of rest, your hormones turn into drunk college kids at 3 a.m. Ghrelin, the hunger hormone, skyrockets, while leptin, the I'm full hormone, takes a vacation. Translation: you get ravenous and start eating everything in sight, like a raccoon breaking into a dumpster. But wait, it gets better. Cortisol, the stress hormone, spikes too, making you cranky and causing your body to cling to fat like it's prepping for winter in the Arctic. Plus, your insulin response tanks, which means blood sugar chaos and, long-term, a higher risk of diabetes. So yeah, sleep-deprived you isn't just tired, it's hangry, stressed, and metabolically confused. Basically, your endocrine system becomes the worst party host ever. And the hangover? Oh, it lasts years. Number 4. Your body temperature goes rogue. Here's a fun surprise. Skip sleep, and suddenly your internal thermostat thinks it's auditioning for a role in Frozen. Your core body temperature actually drops when you're sleep-deprived, which explains why you're shivering under 3 blankets while questioning all your life choices. Why does this happen? Sleep is when your hypothalamus, the boss of temperature regulation, gets to recalibrate. But when you stay awake too long, it's like the thermostat batteries died. This makes your blood vessels constrict, reduces heat production, and boom, you're freezing at 70 degrees Fahrenheit like a Victorian ghost haunting a drafty castle. And it's not just discomfort. Low body temperature messes with muscle coordination and energy levels, making you clumsier and slower. So now you're not only cold, but also dropping your phone every 5 minutes like you're auditioning for a slapstick comedy. Bottom line, when you skimp on sleep, your body goes from homeostasis to who even cares anymore. Bring a blanket or 6. Number 3. Your skin declares bankruptcy. Think beauty sleep is a myth? Tell that to your face after 2 nights without shut-eye. Lack of sleep tanks your collagen production, the protein that keeps your skin plump and youthful. It also spikes cortisol, which breaks down skin elasticity. Translation: hello, dull skin, dark circles, and breakouts that could be classified as a geological event. Here's the kicker. Your body usually repairs cell damage while you snooze, so without that downtime, your skin basically skips its night shift. That's why chronic sleep deprivation accelerates aging. Yep, every time you stay up binge-watching shows, your face is quietly whispering, "Cool, I'll just add 5 years to your look." Want to make it worse? Sleep loss also increases inflammation, which flares up conditions like eczema and acne. So not only do you feel awful, but you look like you've been fighting forest fires with your forehead. TLDR, skip sleep, gain wrinkles. It's the worst loyalty program ever. Number 2. Your brain starts eating itself. Yes, you read that right. When you go without sleep for too long, your brain activates astrocytes, cells that clean up dead synapses and debris. Normally, this is good. But prolonged sleep deprivation turns those neat freaks into overzealous demolition crews, chewing up healthy connections. It's like your brain said, if you're not gonna sleep, fine. I'll just start deleting files myself. This hypercleaning mode has been linked to neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. So while you think you're just staying up to finish a project, your brain is out here Marie Kondoing neurons that still spark joy. And because that wasn't terrifying enough, chronic sleep deprivation also reduces cerebrospinal fluid clearance, meaning more toxic buildup in the brain. Great. You're literally marinating your neurons in waste because you wanted just one more episode. Bottom line, lack of sleep doesn't just make you foggy, it makes your brain go full self-destruct mode. Sweet dreams, right? Number 1. You might just die ***. Dramatic but not wrong. Chronic sleep deprivation has been linked to an increased risk of heart disease, stroke, diabetes, and even shortened lifespan. Basically, not sleeping enough is like slowly poisoning yourself with Netflix and bad decisions. Your cardiovascular system, endocrine system, and immune system all start collapsing like dominoes. Studies show people who consistently get less than 6 hours of sleep are at a much higher risk of early death compared to those who get 7 to 8. And no, you can't catch up on weekends. Your body isn't a savings account. It's more like a credit card with insane interest rates. So yeah, pulling an occasional all-nighter won't kill you instantly, but make it a habit, and you're signing up for the slowest, least fun roller coaster to the graveyard. Sleep isn't a luxury. It's literally life support. Treat it that way, unless you enjoy hallucinating shadow people while your organs quietly plot their revenge. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.